and thank you for watching Concept One Financial Group's YouTube video. My name is Amy. I'm the Senior Mortgage Consultant here. Today I have Tommy from the same group joining us to talk about some investment opportunities. Before we go on to the conversation, please remember to comment, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Hi, Tommy. Thank you for joining us today. And I know that you are a mortgage broker and also a realtor. Maybe you can tell us something about yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Tommy Liu and I've been a realtor serving the Greater Vancouver for the past 6 years, as well as having the mortgage license. I have a wide array of experience, whether it's in residential as well as commercial. So yes, thank you for having me on today, Amy.
Thank you. So the real estate market has been quite busy, still very hot, and with the COVID restriction lifted a little bit, more and more people come out to look at properties. You must be very busy, eh?
Indeed, yes.
Yeah, and I have clients contacting me, ask me about mortgages, of course, and they also told me that they see properties that are not subject to the foreign buyer tax. Is there any properties not being charged for the foreign buyer tax?
I do get asked this question from time to time, and the good news is that there is. In the past, I've worked on a project out in Tsawwassen, and before I go on, I would like to go over a few points, which is the community itself, the shopping nearby, as well as the location, which are quite crucial points. So yes, like I mentioned, the location is based out in Tsawwassen near the Tsawwassen Mills Outlet Mall, which is actually quite a famous mall, as you know, and some people would consider it like, you know, their ultimate shopping destination. Besides that, yeah, this community is actually very new. This is a brand new community, and the oldest home is actually only about 5 years old. So, and we have big developers coming in here by the names such as Ani, Aquilini, as well as Mosaic, and just to name a few. Another fact that not many people know of is that Amazon actually built a fulfillment center, which is a warehouse to fulfill your online shopping during the past couple of years. And the location is only about 4 minutes drive from this residential community. So you're sure for know that there will be residents there who work at Amazon or who need homes to rent out there. On top of this, shopping-wise, you have Walmart, this Canadian Tire, Staples, and hundreds of shops at the Tsawwassen Mills Mall. So if all these big name brands are coming in here, then they must know that there's a growing community to withstand like this demand and to support these people for their necessities, right? And lastly, for the location-wise, I get also asked about this a lot, is that Tsawwassen sounds quite far, but however, if we break it down, it's actually only like a 20-minute drive from the airport as well as 35 minutes from downtown. So it's really not too bad compared to nowadays when I have clients who are considering moving out to Langley, Cloverdale, Abbotsford, or some people even moving out to Squamish. So these further out places are getting popular, and if we talk about Tsawwassen being a 20 minutes drive, then that really seems like nothing.
Oh, that's great. So what makes this area not subject to the foreign buyer tax?
Great, yeah. So that is a very crucial question, and the reason why some investors are buying there, because they don't have PR or citizenship, and they still want to be close to a city center and not being too far out, where there are some areas for that opportunity. So the reason being is that the land is actually based on Tsawwassen First Nations land, and that is actually considered to be federally owned, while our 20% foreign buyers tax is a provincial tax. Therefore, federal land is not subject to provincial taxation.
Good to know. So what are the other benefits of leasehold properties?
Yes, so other benefits, for example, specifically at the Tsawwassen one, again, is that there's no speculation as well as the vacancy tax, being that those are provincial taxes again, and this is federal land. As for other areas which are not under this Tsawwassen First Nations land, typically it would be price-wise. Price would be significantly lower, as well as some places where the heat and electricity is covered. And then I even heard of property tax being cheaper as well. And for the most part, a lot of these leasehold properties are actually in very good locations, such as SFU and UBC.
just mentioned about UBC and SFU. So what are the prices for those properties there?
Yeah, that's a great question, as a lot of people are interested in SFU and UBC as well, being they're one of the most famous universities here in Canada, and also among the top, right? And with my experience there, and also just being on top of the market, a two-bedroom home at SFU would go for around low 600,000s. That is brand new. And additional point is that they're roughly renting for approximately $2,400. For UBC, something that is like a two-bedroom, it would go well over 900,000. And with this given market, with a hot demand in rentals, those are going for roughly 4,000 a month as well. Indeed, yes, yeah. So the rental market is hot too.
Thank you for showing us the return of the rental property. That's great. So what are the questions that you usually come across from your clients?
Regarding leaseholds, you mean?
Yeah.
So yes, that is a great question. Leaseholds, as that's why we're doing this video, is that we want to educate both clients and prospective buyers about different property types. And so some common questions is that they understand that leasehold is on a 99-year lease, as well as they ask that, so what happens after this 99-year lease? There are also questions regarding, is it a good investment, and finally, how does mortgage work for something like this? So just to sum up briefly is that leasehold properties is where you own the exclusive rights to use this property for a set timeline with an expiry date. And for UBC, SFU, as well as Tsawwassen that we just talked about, it is 99 years. And we do have other hotspots, such as False Creek Flats, being 60 years as well. So yeah, that is what people ask. And then in terms of what happens after the 99 years, is that usually the owners of this right to use or the lessees, they would renew or extend this 99-year agreement with the owner of the land, the actual lessor of this leased land. Furthermore, is that I do get asked regarding is it a worthwhile investment, or how have people bought here? And yes, yeah, people have certainly bought at UBC and SFU with me. On top of at Tsawwassen that I did a few deals, being that they're really great deals compared to if they were to buy elsewhere. So at SFU, if it's around 600,000 for a brand new two-bed, just below the mountain, say in Lougheed neighborhood or Brentwood neighborhood, you're looking at low to mid 800,000 starting.
Wow.
So that's like $200,000 difference. Yeah, and then say at SFU, if the student's here for a 4-year term and their family wants to be there with them, check in with them from time to time, or fly back for a Chinese New Year or Christmas celebration, they can do so without forking out so much money for a hotel, or buying something to pay $200,000 on top when they can invest on something else, right? So it really depends on the client's needs basis too. Yeah. So yeah, there's tons of benefits we can go through. However, there are disadvantages, such as it being the owner does not own the land full out, and that when the lease is coming up closer to the end, the value does tend to not depreciate, tend to appreciate, and in fact may depreciate slightly as well. As for the mortgage question, I believe you're the expert in this field, and I want to leave that up to you.
Okay, sure. Because theoretically, the process of getting a mortgage against leasehold property versus non-leasehold property, they are more or less the same. The major difference is we'll have to find a lender who is satisfied and ready to take the risk of the leasehold property. Being said that, it means that the lender will have to look at the lease agreement and to confirm that they are happy and satisfied with the terms and conditions of the agreement. And other than that, it will be the same.
Okay, very interesting.
And bear in mind that we, as a mortgage broker, we do the research for you, and also we'll have to screen all the lenders for you in order to save you time. You don't have to go to individual banks to find out whether the leasehold properties is on the approved list or not. So there is a definite benefit of working with one of us.
That's awesome.
So Tommy, you introduced Tsawwassen area to us and it sounds very interesting and attractive. Maybe we should go and check out some of the pre-sale presentation center and do some shopping at the same time.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd love to. So let me set that up right away.
Great. Thank you for joining us today. And please remember to comment, share, like, and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you next time.
Thank you, Amy.